We on, are we?
Yeah, we're all.
That's a good start to the show. Let's just start like that.
Yeah. It was, that few seconds of silence was Tom checking his phone. Professional.
Yeah. We're actually going to start the show like this now. Sod it. Welcome to episode 35. Not that we're rusty, not that we're out of practice at all, because we're definitely back on a proper recording schedule now, aren't we?
Weren't we? Last time we had a little break.
And then Christmas happened and New Year happened and I got a bit busy getting rid of the heresy belly and yeah. 6 weeks? That's shorter than last time. 8 weeks?
I think it's about. Yeah, it might be a little bit shorter.
Oh well, we're back now.
For them, we recorded our last show in like mid-November, didn't we?
It feels like an awfully long time since we've actually sat down and recorded a show. But Christmas, December is just chaos, isn't it? Especially with family and everything else. So we are back for the show that actually still at the top of the note says New Year's show. 21 days into the new year.
Well, it was the New Year's show. We've already deleted the
body Christmas
of the
show.
Content. No, and the body of the content of this one, which is about hopes for the new year. Yeah. Let's just scrap that.
Yeah,
everyone else has already covered it.
So I think we're pre-weekender, post a few bits of good news coming out over the Christmas period. There isn't a huge amount of content for us to talk about, and it'd be mad to try and do a big show this time with the weekender coming up, because we'll be back after the weekender with hopefully a lot of big news. So we're just going to have a bit of a ramble and a chat and a catch up, and I'm going to talk about an event I went to at the beginning of December. And we got
how many other people have covered that?
Everybody's covered it. If you want up to date news, listen to any other podcast, because don't listen to this. We stopped doing news very early on in the show's history. I think
even Sons of Heresy have covered that event before.
I think Sons of Heresy have released 2 episodes in the time it's taken us to drop R2. So the Sons of Heresy who retired, got lives, fell back into the habit, recorded 2 shows, started a new season, have done more work than us lately. So yeah, well done, boys. But anyway, it's good to have them back. Yeah. So what have we been up to since we last recorded? Do you want to do yours quickly?
Yeah, I've been painting some Heresy for other people. That's about it, really, isn't it? What have I done? Death Guard.
Yep, more Death Guard.
More Death Guard.
Phase 2.
Just done a couple of. What are they? 40k
Hell Talons or Hellblades?
Hell Strike, something. Oh no, it's a missile.
They're the old ones, aren't they?
Really nice, smaller than I thought they'd be. They are for the word bearer player Chase for his
the Hellblades.
Hellblades.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, they're the Hellblades.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, because there's a bigger one as well, isn't there? There's a Hellblade, and I think there's another.
Oh, I don't know what the bigger one is, but he's using them in 30k anyway.
Yeah, they're cool as hell.
So yeah, really cool. But when I opened them out the box, I thought, oh, it's a little bit smaller than I
thought.
Hell
Talon bomber.
Hell Talon.
There's a Hell Talon bomber and a Hellblade Chaos Fighter.
Right. Okay.
I'm definitely on the Forgeable website.
These weren't bombers. They don't look like bombers.
No, you had the blade.
The blade.
Yeah,
the blade.
The blade.
It's good, this, isn't it? Well, anyway, that's the easiest Forge World kit I've put together, I think, because it's almost one piece, apart from the one little bit of tail and the guns on there. It's really quite easy to do. But yeah, they're really cool. Good fun things. What else? And I've got loads of militia on my desk at the moment.
Militia. Oh, I haven't seen pictures of them yet.
So no, I've not taken any pictures.
Have you had to build them?
I've had to build them. They're the old ones that have been discontinued, so client obviously snapped those up.
Oh, the Elysians? Or the...
No, the Renegade ones.
Oh, the Renegade ones. Oh, cool. Renegade militia.
They're quite cool, actually.
Yeah, they're really nice models.
Sort of built any, but
actually, normally when you do a big build like that, you send me pictures of just the pain of building so much stuff. But
it wasn't too bad. As I say, a big commission. It's lots of models, but it's probably about 5 points.
Yeah. It's just an allied detachment.
60 models in infantry in total. Cool. The 3 big Earthshakers, they're really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Fun weathering those up. But so just got the final kind of. I'd have to do a test figure for the client. I don't know if he listens. I think he does. His name's Thomas, and I won't butcher his surname. But he sent an email into Greg Imperial Truth asking about something to do with lists as well. So you might listen to us as well. But going to be fun.
Yeah, not bad.
Carry on doing it tomorrow. They should be finished by the end of the week. So yeah, doing lots of Heresy painting, but obviously for
none of your own.
But I haven't got anything on the table at the moment anyway. I've got my armies are finished for now until we see what's coming out in the year, and anything takes my fancy. My only Heresy model I definitely know I'll be doing in 2019 will be Dawn at some point later on. But yeah, that's all I've been doing Heresy wise. We won't talk about the other things right now. We'll do that at a later
date.
More
on that later. Cool. What have I been doing? I've got to go back. I'm going to talk about Spartan Axe because that was the 2nd of December. So yeah, Spartan Axe. If you've listened to Sons of Heresy, they've talked about it in good detail. I went down and saw Sai at the Surrey Spartans. What did we play? Was it Centurion? No, it wasn't Centurion because I got tanks in my
the next one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the pictures of my tanks are there. So I took the mech, and we had. This is going to be the worst coverage of this event because I can't remember. I played lots of cool dudes. I got my ass kicked multiple times. There were lots of beautiful armies.
That's the kind of event coverage people really like. People don't like to hit blow by blow, turn by turn.
Sai runs a great event. The packs are detailed, the missions are interesting, the effects on the table, you got sort of custom effects for each table and effects that kicked in depending if your side was winning or losing. So there was loads of really interesting stuff going on. The football club is a fucking death trap.
I've heard a couple of comments about that. Was there a fire this time, or was that last?
No fire this time. But had there been a fire, in a professional capacity, highly doubt anybody would have made it out alive.
Did you have to put your high vis and your white helmet on and get your clipboard out?
I had to stop twitching in the first game. Fire exits, they're just barricaded up and locked shut. Leaks through the ceiling. I actually got dripped on in the intro because I stood too close to the drip. Yeah, lovely. So, all joking aside, I mean, they're fucking cracking day, brilliant tables, beautiful, really good fun.
The backbone of the UK club scene is lots of
dodgy
working
football
men's clubs and cricket clubs and stuff around.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was a great day. I saw the barbecue, had the barbecue. They didn't set fire to the barbecue this time. I did walk out and think... they were cooking on it, and it looks like it's 30 years old now. It looks absolutely haggard to high hell. And they were like, "Yeah, second time we've used this."
I suppose if you had a fire the first time, it's going to weather.
Oh god, it's ruined. It's ruined. It was good reference for weathering material, but yeah, it was good fun. It was a really cracking day. I had 3 really good games. I was very tired by the end of the third game. That's quite an impressive going.
It's quite good. She's only had a couple.
For those of you who can't see what's going on here, which is all of you, Stu's wife is demolishing a box of celebrations at quite an impressive rate. And she hasn't even offered us one yet. Yeah, we're not going to get one, no.
She's guilted into it now.
Guilted into it.
She's allowed to. She's pregnant.
Now all the rubbish ones are here. Yeah, Mars bar. There we go. This is going to be great radio. I can't give you much more details on the event because I am tired. But I did walk away with a runner-up for Mastercrafted Warlord, which was best HQ. I believe it was judge votes. Cat Lady came in behind the Overseer, so it was two internet famous models that that took those wins. But yeah, it was a really, really good day. Cracking event. I know Sai's just put the infantry side one up, which I'm going to go to in March, which is hardcore Centurion. 1,500 points of only infantry and with lots of restrictions. So I'm still trying to scratch my head as to how I'm actually going to achieve that. We should mention we had the Christmas party, which you attended for a bit. I was there all day.
I was there for about an hour.
Yeah, it's good going. Yeah, we had the Geno and the Cottle Paint Christmas party. It was a bit, to be honest, we were a bit like not really sure what we're going to do with this because it was just kind of like it's not really something we'd really thought about. But it was just the idea was just come and hang out and chill out for the day, and it was quite cool. I played a massive, I think it was 2,500 or 3,000 point ZM game with Mr. Duncan Cormac. We smashed the hell out of each other. It was really good. And then we all had a massive curry. And the Cottle Paint boys were all hanging out at the back and painting. Andy was working on the diorama base for the new Cottle Paint range of miniatures. So that was quite cool to see that. Henry was bumbling around and having weird games with Brendan. And we spent a lot of the day talking about Titanicus and not playing games properly. It was really cool. And yeah, I think it was about... We did the usual, I think there was 18 people for curry. So Chip ordered 19 people's worth of curry. And we had absolutely tons. And then I got really drunk in the garden with Collister, and I forgot to take the takeaway pot that I'd made for my dinner for the next day. I left that in the pub. Don't know where that is now. Somewhere in the pub, there's my dinner.
I imagine it. I hope it's been thrown away.
I hope it's been thrown away.
I think
it was left behind the bar and it got tidied away. But yeah, we sat in the garden and got really, really quite drunk in the garden, which was quite good fun. So yeah, that was all right. That was good fun. We're probably going to try and do some more things like that. I know Henry was quite keen to do some more hangouts and like not really like structured events, just more kind of.
It's easy to do at fairly short notice.
Yeah,
as well,
just to like. There's going to be a bunch of people here. Come down, sort out games, play. Hang out. Curry's quite easy to organise if you buy a ticket beforehand. And then there's just those kind of things I get sent. Jamie Foxx eating a felt penis, as you do. And I didn't really do anything. I played a lot of AOS in December. It was really good. And then I couldn't go to the tournament, which was rubbish. Got me a new Colt paintbrush. That was good. Colt paint airbrush. Got me Infinity.
Mm-hmm. How you finding it?
When I'm not sending Henry messages going, what have I done to this? And he's going, you need to touch this bit and it works properly. And I'm like, oh yeah sorry.
What have you been doing to it?
No, I was having some issues with the tension of the spring return on the trigger. So I was pulling back and it wasn't coming, the needle wasn't pushing back. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna, the Infinity's got a tension spring. So you can set how much push.
I've got an Infinity.
Yeah, so you know that little
CR plus the 2-in-1.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I looked at one of these because I already had an Infinity.
You know the behind the trigger where it comes out the back and you've got the little screw-in bit at the back of the needle goes and you can tension that up of how strong the pushback is. I got that unwound.
You set your limit how far it goes back as well, can't you?
I can on mine. I've got the thing on the end that clicks around and pops in and out.
Yeah, that's on
it's really, really technical description.
I've got.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Yeah, and I messaged Henry. I was like, my trigger's broken. I think I busted the spring. He was like, no, you just need to tighten that bit up. And I was like, sorry, Henry, because he's seen very many videos of my. I was like, I might sell my Evolution to fund some money, and then I sort of looked at it and I realised how many times I sent Henry messages going, why is mine doing this? And he's like, I don't know. You're a monster. I was like, yeah, it's probably pretty ruined, isn't it? So I'm going to keep mine. I'm going to use my Evolution for base coating and varnishes. Probably the most expensive bitch brush there is. But
it's good to have a spare.
I've just used it for like.
You can get hold of the parts. So Amazon Prime next day, you can get all of H&S's nozzles, and the nozzles are interchangeable as well. So they're exactly the same. I put them on the wrong ones the other day. Even the nozzle cap. I screwed the wrong one onto the wrong brush the other day and it fitted. So if anything
everything's interchangeable. It's like the Colt paint brushes come with the new style H&S needle. Yeah. And they just slot straight in and they'll just go from there. So H&S are pretty good for that. There's lots of pictures of me running in mud. Oh, I painted Titanicus, didn't I?
You did. You finished off. Yeah,
I finished everything I own now. So I've got a Warlord, 2 Reavers, 2 Warhounds, 3 Knights painted. So that's a 1750 point force. Painted up and ready to go. So that's pretty good. I just need to get some more games. I want to get some games in the new year.
My Warhounds haven't made them out of the box yet, but
I tell you what,
I've got some for a commission next week, so I think might get mine out at the same time.
Yeah,
I won't paint them all, but I'll probably build them and prime them at the same time, and then it will be they'll be once they're sitting there on my project shelf, which is above my desk, my personal project shelf, which has got loads of work on it at the moment because I need desk space. But once it's on there, I think they'll be looking at me, and I know that I'll be able to do it so quickly.
Out of all the AT models, I've enjoyed painting them all, but I like the Warhounds most. They were the most fun to paint.
Cool, that's cool. Because once they're done, I'm done. Apart from getting an extra weapon at some point for.
They were real. We've talked about.
We'll come on to that in a minute when we talk about the new releases and stuff that are out. But apart from getting an extra weapon, that's me done for a while.
And then on Tuesday I got absolutely annihilated by Tom and his horrific Slaneshi demons. He bought something like 100 and something kind of Slaneshi demons. I don't even think he put them all out on the table because he was like, I cannot be asked to move 30, 20 demons. We rolled up the Clash of the Lines deployments, the triangles. Yeah. And he was like, I can't fit my army in there. It's all infantry. It's one massive Zadnikio model, a demon prince, and all screamers and demonettes. It's like 100 and something models. It's just insane. I was like, so yeah, but all right, I'll hoard McClear 3. I'll take Gilliman. It'll be all right. But I would just like to ask the question, who takes a 666 point character Lord of War model and doesn't make it their warlord? Who also runs a demon prince with all the upgrades and doesn't make it their warlord? Who takes a simple Herald of Slanesh and goes, that's my warlord because the warlord traits are better and it will be cheesier. Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Yeah. And it turns out, I think he'll fucking devastating to kill. And also really bad when you can't roll 4 up in vulnerable saves.
It'll all be invalidated soon anyway, that list.
Yeah, well, he absolutely annihilated me, and half of it wasn't painted, and We all know what Tabletop's like anyway. You know, it's just utter filth.
You were making enough noise. I was playing.
You were playing next to us, weren't you?
I was playing next to you, and
when your rare trips to the club, and you had to deal with me and Tom playing.
You
next
made
to
me play next to you, Tom. There wasn't even a table next to you. I was just going down the other end of the point. No, I'll get you one. And you went and got a brand new fold-out table.
You turned up late, and there was nowhere else left to go because nobody wants to play
late. That was 7:00.
Yeah, but the club. It may say it opens at 7:00, but the club actually opens at 6:30 when idiots like me turn up. And, yeah, that was good fun. Tom absolutely ruined me with his demons. I did concede on turn 5 because I was like, I've got 3 models left. He was, I've only got 3 units left. I said, yeah, there's 20 models in each of those units, though, aren't there? Yeah. It was like one of his. Every unit was like, yeah, I'm only hitting you on 4s and like wounding you on 5s, but every model in this 20-man squad's got 7 attacks. Oh great. At one point, I think he had to roll 68 dice in one combat.
That's crazy.
It's just like, yeah, this is great, isn't it? But it was a good laugh. As always, it was a good fun game.
It used to be fun with that kind of...
It's the kind of shit we throw at each other anyway. The list I'd taken wasn't exactly a pushover. I'd taken Gilliman and the Death Star. But then I was playing fair. Like, he had to run at me, and I had a Plasma Squad and an Arcus and everything lined up in front of him. And I thought, no, I want to fight his big, huge centerpiece model with Gilliman. That's what we talked about. We want to see them fight. So I'm not going to fire all these shots into it, because it's a jump flying monster gargantuan creature, so it can't join another unit, so I could just shoot everything at it.
Yeah. No,
I'll be fair. I'll fight it. Gilliman will take it on. I won't shoot it. I won't take any wounds off it. No, he just absolutely inserted it in me. If you lose a wound to it, on like a 4-up, it gets an extra wound. After 3 rounds of combat, the thing starts on 6 wounds. It was on 8 wounds at the end of the combat. How do you make more wounds? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Do you regret not shooting on the way in, though?
Yeah, a lot. I just, but then I take the moral high ground because I played nicely and narratively. He didn't. He was horrible. He made Herald of Slanesh his warlord.
Well, you look like you were having fun anyway. In fact, my opponent, you shouted at one point, really cheered, and he jumped, properly jumped, and you got a bit of an evil look, and he sort of looked at me, and I said, "Sorry, I know him. I record a podcast with him," and he just sort of. Oh, and that was it. Because I think he was going to say something like, that kind of
we were yelling and swearing at each other and having a real dig at each other. But yeah, it's always like it's like Greg Dan came over to us at Blood and Glory. Went up to somebody at Blood and Glory when me and Tom played and went, "Are those two all right?" It's not a pleasant experience being in the vicinity. But I did do something else little this month. I did announce what we're actually going to do this year in terms of an event.
Have you worked out how to pronounce it? Have you just written it out? You've written it like you did last time.
Ophian ploy.
Okay.
Ophian? Ophian ploy.
You wrote it. It's nothing to do with me.
I knew how to pronounce it, and now you're making me doubt.
You can choose how to pronounce it.
Ophian ploy. Don't ask me what it means yet, because I haven't written the narrative. It's just the Ophian ploy.
So a Ophian then, yeah.
Ophian. Ophian.
Ophian.
Ophian. Oh, don't do this to me now. It's like the fact that the certificates and the trophies at Tarsus say 2 different things.
Well, that's spelling. This is pronunciation.
Yeah. Pronunciation? That's a good one. Pronunciation.
So,
yeah, we're going to run an event.
12.
Ophian. The Ophian. Oh, fucking hell.
I think it sounds better.
Ophian. Depends how West Country you are, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, that sounds a bit... Fine, sounds a bit...
We go down the Ophian now, yeah. We're going to have a point in the Ophian ploy, innit? Yeah, whatever it's called, it's an event.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be... Some of you like people have gone 12th, 13th and 14th. The 12th is a Friday. Mm-hmm.
What's going on the Friday?
Nothing. Well, this is the what we sort of got the date out because we wanted people to put the date in it. Friday at a minimum will be open play. There'll just be the tables out, everything will be set up ready to go. We've done the weekend that 2000 Trees Festival happens again in Cheltenham, so that the Two Pigs is closed for the weekend. So we have Incom gaming all weekend, so we have the whole place to ourselves. So it'll be a similar setup to last time, where we've just got the place from almost Thursday evening through to Sunday evening. So the big change this year is there is not going to be one event. At a minimum, there'll be 3, maybe 4, depending on the take-up. What we're planning on doing is there will be a 20-player Horus Heresy Age of Darkness frontline event, and two, which will run down in for those. I say this won't make any sense if you've not been to Incom, but there is a downstairs, which is the big main space.
Most places have a downstairs.
Shut up! Don't stop messing with my head. It's been a long day looking at some incredible.
I suppose there are places that open straight to a flight of stairs.
Yeah, I've lived in a place like that. I think. No, that was flight of stairs downstairs.
Should we say there's 2 floors?
There's 2 floors. Yeah, there's technically 3 because there is a basement, but we're not allowed in there.
Is there a basement?
Have you never been in the basement?
No, why would I go in the basement?
That's where all the beer and all the booze is kept.
Yeah, but I buy it from the bar. I don't steal it. So.
I just have to go and restock the bar usually. So yeah, downstairs is going to be a 20-player frontline Age of Darkness campaign weekend, kind of a quote-unquote standard event. Upstairs on the Saturday, Mr. Sam Jones and Beecher Jones of Unremembered Heresy, Emperor's Path, and on Mr. September, he is going to be running a Zone Mortalis 12-player Zone Mortalis event upstairs on the Saturday. So that'll be a one-day Zone Mortalis event. And on the Sunday, Mr. Dan Collister from Peterborough is going to run a Centurion event, a 16-player Centurion event. So there's going to be at least 3 events going on. They will be standalone events, as in you can come and play on the Sunday and you'll play the entire Sunday event. You can come and play on the Saturday and play that. You can come for the weekend and play the whole weekend event. But narratively, they will all tie in. It will be in the same theatre of war, so there will be tying narratives.
And what's the theatre of war called, Tom?
The Ophion ploy.
A fine.
Oedipus ploy. Oedipus is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I was going to say that's. I don't know. Why
have you gone there?
Why have you gone there?
And
that's probably a good thing to say if you're talking about it. Why have you
gone there? Yeah, why have you put that in there? So yeah, we're going to hopefully have 3 events running. So the idea is to hopefully open up the weekend. Whereas last year we did 3 events over the year. The idea is to open up the big weekend to as many people as possible. So if you're someone who can do maybe a Sunday easier, you can come on a Sunday and play in that event. If you can do a Saturday, you can come. Can't commit to the whole weekend, you can come down and play Saturday. If you're going to do it a whole weekend, you want to do a weekender, great. There's a weekend event. So hopefully it'll get more people through and able to participate. On that line as well, I think we're going to try and look at running. You're going to look at running.
I've checked the space already. Perfect upstairs.
Yeah, so we're going to run an open painting competition. Details to be confirmed. But it will be a painting competition that you don't need to come to the event to play. You come down on a Saturday.
Multiple categories. Haven't decided what they'll be.
So we're going to put that on, and so people can come down and hang out for the day, and their models in the competition, and there'll be a bit of that going on as well. So again, that, if you're not somebody who's maybe not so keen on get the game inside of it, but you're a real keen hobbyist and you kind of want to
come to me about painting as well. So I'm going to set myself up behind the bar upstairs.
Yeah.
And then there's space by the wall. You'll know the wall. Plenty of space there for models to go on display on some shelves. So I'll be sitting up behind there. I'll be doing judging and things.
I can hear your lights just giving out.
But I might do it because the lighting's perfect up there. Because all the painting courses.
Yeah.
I might just sit and do a little bit of work. Got them up there as well. So if people just want to come and talk to me about painting as well,
so there'll be a bit of that going.
So we sort of not the same as a cult paint kind of but come and chat to me as well. So
we actually Dan came up with the hashtag for the event, which is Total Hobby. Hashtag Total Hobby this year. The idea is again, like I said, opening up, and we don't want to use the cheesy phrase, but kind of a heresy fest. It's more than just a gaming event for the weekend. It's going to be a come down, hang out. We'll have the curry on Saturday night most likely. So you could, if you want to come down to the painting competition, hang out on Saturday night, have a curry, have a few beers in the evening, play some silly games. Yeah, it should be warm again.
Hopefully it's dry because the courtyard's huge and there's plenty of tables outside, and you can.
So it's going to be kind of a a kind of an open kind of let's just hang out and do hobby stuff. There'll be events running. I think I'm going to go for the much discussed at Spartanax. I talked to Mullins about it a lot. The Saturday and Sunday event may well be a 4-game event because we were discussing this thing of like the third game. We always find third games on a day. You're knackered. I've genuinely struggled with the third game usually. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. Generally, you've got up at the crack of dawn to drive somewhere. You've played 3 games. That's, there can be 9 hours. If you play 3-hour games, that's 9 hours of gaming. And I don't want to disappoint the player at the other side of the table by me being sort of tired. So we may well do 2 and 2. So 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. I might up it to 3.5K. So we've got some bigger games going on. it also gives more time to do more things, do things like the points of interest system and the character development systems. Well, you've got a more relaxed atmosphere over the weekend. We can start at a slightly more gentlemanly time on Saturday rather than saying, well, you've got to be there for 8:30. We might say, be there for 9:30.
You have longer breaks, maybe, so people can do the hangout and chat bit. Otherwise, you feel like you've gone through the whole day and you've not chatted to anyone other than your opponent.
I mean, the whole thing with 5 games is you're supposed to have an odd number of games so you get a result for a tournament.
Yeah, and there's no need
we're not
for
doing that. So why don't we just play it in a bit more gentlemanly fashion and play 2 and 2? So it's cool. I mean, I think Sam and Dan and Mike will probably do 3 games for the 1-day events because you're there for a day.
It's smaller as well.
Yeah, smaller games. Smaller points value and stuff. But big game we play. So hopefully we're going to cater. I'm looking at probably doing something like bringing special characters back in, but limiting them to 1 per the event. We might not do that for the smaller events. But I was looking at balancing that with things like if you're not going to bring a special character and you're going to bring your own character, you can use the character advancement system, and then to get over the lag usually that they take a little while to get going. So maybe we have a couple of stat upgrades for free.
Yeah. So
if you take a Praetor, you might get 1 roll on the stat upgrades.
Yeah.
If you take a console, you might get 2 free stat upgrades at the very start. So you're buffing already, so you can so you don't end up with like, there's no point me taking my console character because he's going to run into a Primarch and he's just going, no. Well, actually, if I take my console, I can give him a couple of buffs straight away, and he's already on that path to doing more.
There's all kinds of
So we're looking at stuff like that. I mean, it's all really at the upstairs. Now Friday, for those eagle-eyed who went 12, I'm potentially looking at the possibility of running a Titanicus event in the afternoon. So it might be a start at 2:00, run till 10:00 kind of thing. Chill out evening gaming, 3 games of Titanicus in the evening. I'm waiting to see what comes with Titan Death and the campaign system there, see what I can work out of that and how I'm going to structure that. But the only thing for that is I'd need to know there's a market for it. I mean, I only need 10 players. It doesn't need to be much, but it does mean you've got to be available Friday afternoon. And if people are travelling, that might be a whole day.
To Friday workers as well might struggle.
It's a day off work then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just gauging the interest. Now, if people are like, yeah, I love it. Cool. I'll come on the Friday and we'll play Titanicus and then go into Age of Darkness. It would just be cool to wrap it in, roll it in and have that. But I'm that's where I'm a little unsure. But Friday, the pub, as it was this year, the pub will be open. We'll be there into the evening, open gaming, socialising, beer drinking, hanging out. So the venue will be there to start with. And I'm thinking, well, we could just do 5 tables of Titanicus and have a Titanicus game, I mean, anyway, if we do open play, we've got the Titanicus scenery. If people want to play Titanicus, we'll just put a couple of Titanicus. Because to put 1 or 2 tables up in the morning, it's not a problem. So we can have Titanicus tables out on the Friday as well. So yeah, that is the rough outline. And like I said, I brought in the hobby superstars. Bringing in Sam and Dan. They've kindly volunteered to come in and run some events for us. Sam obviously runs Path to Confrontation, which is an amazing event. Dan's been running the Legion of Peterborough events, and they've been brilliant. So, we've got hopefully people who are going to, run some great events. And the big thing for me was to go, right, here's a load of tables. This is what you're doing. Go away, run an event. So that'd be good. So hopefully I'll keep our eye on social medias for details when tickets are going to go up for sale. I've already had people saying, when a ticket's going up. I'm like, hang on, I haven't even really finalised the details yet. What we wanted to do is get the date out because there's events starting to pop up and people are starting to make plans for the years. And we know we're in that odd spot around summer holidays and things when people are looking, family commitments start to get. I thought if we get you the dates out, there you go. You can sort of block book and think that's what I'm going to do and stuff. So there's stuff there. So yeah, hopefully it will be good. And I haven't set myself a massive fucking challenge.
So just remind everyone, what's it called, Tom?
The Oedipus Complex.
The Onion Ploy.
The Onion Ploy. Oh, Christ, that's going to take off, don't you? So, yeah. And
more worried about you going about Oedipus Complex all the time.
And the only other thing I'm doing is Heresy Belly. I'm not being self-aggrandizing by talking about it. I actually genuinely want to say it's been really, really cool to see loads of people getting on board with getting themselves sorted and fit. And actually, the best thing is the amount of support that's going on. I know James and Jamie from the Heralds of Heresy have been really kicking on. I know Dan's been kicking on. Our conversations have gone from beer and heresy to generally discussing our diets and our exercise routines now. It's like what's been really good is to see a community.
I did it last year. Didn't need a hashtag.
Yeah, but we're all fucking lazy.
I let myself go again as well. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need a hashtag for that either.
You've got a hashtag. If you've got a hashtag, you got pressure to do it. No, it's been genuinely really cool, and it's really like good to see a positive kind of movement in the community and supporting people and generally looking after shit. So it's going to be good. So yeah, anyway, I think we've rambled on for long enough. Should we take a little break?
Absolutely.
Geno52 is sponsored by Incom Gaming, the new centre for tabletop wargaming in Gloucestershire. Visit incomgaming.co.uk for great savings on pre-orders and all your hobby needs. We stock many gaming systems and hobby accessories and can ship to anywhere in the UK. Incom Gaming is the only UK stockists of the market-leading gaming mats from gamemats.eu. Visit the store and check out how to turn your tabletop into a battlefield. Incom Gaming is based in the centre of Cheltenham and offers tables and scenery for casual and organised play with a fully licensed bar. Check out our events page for upcoming events where everyone is welcome. Save an additional 10% on Games Workshop Heresy products by using the code GENO52 at the checkout. Visit incomgaming.co.uk and help fight the betrayal. Incom Gaming. Come game, shop, drink. To shop elsewhere is heresy.
Right, we're back. Slightly slicker entrance this time. In.
Saw that talk about Oedipus.
Oh dear God. Anyway, yeah, let's get back into it. We're going to do a couple of little bits. We got a couple of listener messages, and we actually have a competition to announce. Did I give you all the prizes for the competition?
Yeah, I think
Good, that's right.
If not,
because I couldn't find them.
if not, people are going to be disappointed because
No.
I'm going to announce their winner, what
No.
winners there are, and then they won't receive anything.
Nobody's disappointed with us. Everyone expects pissle. I mean, it's a competition we were meant to announce the winner like 2 months ago, and it just kept going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, it was only because we haven't recorded the podcast.
shall I do Mike's message first? Mr. Mike French. He actually, when he's not too busy building miniature cities or jumping out of planes, he actually wrote a message, which I can't really remember because he now put, after Tim's question on the last episode.
God knows what that was.
Yep. His question was along the lines of, if you got to choose a unit or character Forge World released for the Heresy, what would it be? What unit or character would you like to see for the Heresy?
Malcador.
That would be cool.
As a painting project, yeah. I'm not sure I'd want to
Maybe-
use him in games.
Do you reckon we get a big E model and Malcador as like a diorama piece?
I think they'll do them. I think it.
But do you think they would work together on a base or something? Some kind of, or would you think we're going to get a Horus? We've got to get a Horus Emperor dual diorama, like a Russ one.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be together. I don't think Malcador will be.
Yeah, but I wonder, what would you do with Malcador in game though? Because he's got to, if they're going to release a model, he's got to have a game function.
Doesn't have to. There's nothing to say they couldn't break with that and just do him as a collector's piece at the end.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
And there's enough painters out there. There's whole companies out there that sell busts and stuff, don't they?
Yeah,
So-
but Games Workshop don't do that. That's what I'm thinking. If Games Workshop
but doesn't mean they
can't
in the future, especially when it's the end. So they say they've released a final Black Book
Yeah.
many years down it, and they say we've brought this model.
To celebrate the release of the last Black Book, here's Malcador.
I think he will.
He's a totally useless
Will
model.
be useful in game, and I think he'd be a buffing kind of.
He'd be a
thing,
massive
and it'll be
psycho.
designed to use in big Siege of Terror games.
Yeah,
But you could easily find ways of doing it. But to paint the model, I'd
You
like
just stick
the
him on a
model-
throne and he fades like the end of the Avengers. That would be cool. Malcador would be very cool. That'd be cool. What would I like to see? What would I like to see? I'd like to see a collection of the Perpetuals, a Grammaticus, Oleneus, Pearson kind of models.
that'd be awesome.
I said it a few times. The humans, I think, are the much more interesting thing, and I think some of where the heresy is now more focused on the legions, whereas especially in the first three books, you had a lot of human characters in it. I think there's a loss for it. What was I reading? What's the
They
one?
weren't. I mean, the few they did, the solar ones, they obviously weren't selling enough because they don't do them anymore, do they? So
No, but I'm talking from maybe a literature point of view at the moment. Like they are the humans. Right? So
they're my favourite stories.
Yeah, I'm rereading. I'm started reading the first Gaunt's Ghost omnibus, I guess. Omnibus, and well, I've been doing the Ramble books and stuff.
I'm waiting for Titan Death to, and they've not even got out. They've not even recorded the audio by the sounds of things.
They're
at the
not.
moment, so I'm sitting on Audible credits waiting for it. And
the Gaunt's
think
Ghost
there's a
stuff's
problem.
not on Audible. The first books.
I haven't got time to read real books.
You look at the date of when it first and only came out.
Of course,
they weren't recording it then, but
I
it's
don't
just a
want- I don't
shame.
want you reading it to me.
I'll read it.
You'd
to
pronounce everything wrong, wouldn't you?
You want to hear how things going in my head. Yeah, I'd like to see, maybe some human characters. Even if we were talking just purely as a character set, maybe a character set of a few of the humans, Malcador, Olaneus, John Grammaticus, maybe some of the original Remembrances, just maybe a collection, like 4 or 5 human-sized models.
Yeah.
That would be a little character series of the kind of non-combat characters. That would be quite interesting. I think that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be cool.
Unit-wise, I'd like to see Sniper Veterans back. Bless them. I don't know. I'm looking forward to some Legion-specific Dark Angel stuff. I think that'd be quite cool. Legion-specific Terminators for Dark Angels would be quite cool. Quite threatening Dreadwing models. I'd love to see the 30k take on the Dreadwing.
Looking at the ones we're going to talk about later, which were announced today, the Blood Angels ones, and I imagine, you can see they're going to go to town on those.
They're going to look fucking immense, so that'd be cool. What else would I like to see? More Ultramarines, always. I'd actually like
more units.
No, they've got loads.
Because they're out the heresy now, aren't they?
No, they're doing the most important bit. They're pushing Horus in.
How about if they made a new Gilliman model? Looked a bit young. Oh, I've done that, haven't they?
Well, with a special backpack and a 41st Millennium Tory power stance.
Gilliman Game of Thrones edition.
Joke. The problem is that power stance thing is something only me and you talked about 6 months ago. Nobody's going to get that reference, but there we go. Who cares? I'm not here to amuse you. I'm here to amuse myself. Do you know what would save so much money and would sell like hotcakes? Combat arms in packs. Mark 3, Mark 4, close combat arms. Mm-hmm. Because how many squads are there with things like, Weapon Master Veterans or Assault Marines or... so many units where you need 10 close combat arms. Mm-hmm. And, a plastic sprue will come with maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And you're like... you should forever see them on Heresy Journey. Need 4 Mark 4.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I'd like to... We talked about it.
Never going to happen, but...
I'd like to... I know there's people that love the resin Marines themselves, especially the Mark 4s. I quite like the plastics. I know they're not on sale at the moment. I imagine they're reboxing. It's the restocking thing that every system's got an issue at the moment with because they've got a capacity problem with GW.
You say you've got an Orc commission who's waiting for a Gorkanaut or something.
Something or other. Yeah, I think nearly every game system people are wanting to get stuff, and it's the stock issues and the capacity issues that we know about. But
while they're waiting for this new
when the plastics come back, and I'm sure they will, when the Mark 4 and the Mark 3 come back. I don't think they'll be in Calth and Prospero, but
no, we talked about maybe like a Heresy Start collecting box.
I'd love to see some Start collecting.
I
think they've got the miniatures to do it already. You could easily split those 2 boxes.
Yeah, just reboxing the plastic sprues.
Be a really good way of saying if someone says I want to start Heresy, how do I do it? Well, buy one of these.
Here's a box.
So I'd like to see
10 Mark 4 Marines, a Contemptor Dreadnought, and a character. In a box. Great, thank you very much. Or a set of Terminators.
And then, like you said, the upgrade. So I'd like to see upgrade resin for those plastics.
Yeah.
You see it with Necromunda. You've seen the Stormcast heads. Those heads are going to be really useful for they're all shouting, but they'll be useful for any system really. We need a superhuman-sized head.
Yeah. Forge World, don't release upgrade kits in 3 batches. Like, bought my Cowdoor gang, converted all the models, then you drop the model packs, and I went, oh, there's all the weapons. They look really good. Oh, I've glued all mine and started painting them. Oh, look, you've dropped head upgrades. Oh, they're really good. Shame all my heads are glued on and half fucking painted.
Yeah, it would seem to make sense to drop them all in one go. Especially when we got all those Blood Angels before Christmas. All in one go. All in one Friday.
Yeah.
And then, that's great.
One bam, thank you, man.
But then you get these other things spread out. Yeah. So they must have a reason why that happened. Maybe it wasn't all... Maybe that wasn't plan A. Maybe that was plan B, C, or something like that. And they wanted to get those out now for the stuff that's been announced today.
Yeah.
Doesn't get overshadowed. But so I'd like to see Start collecting boxes in plastic, and I think they've got the kit already. It's just a matter of capacity, time,
and it's a format they know how to sell them at.
So that would be cool.
Sticking through GW Prime as well.
Yeah,
would be great.
I imagine they would do, because I think it would have to have dual use. It'd have to have 40k rules in it as well in order.
Well, there's just Space Marines, aren't there, in 40k?
Yeah. I think that's what I'd like to see.
Now they're announcing they're bringing 2nd Ed rules back for 8th Ed.
What was that?
They've got beta rules for bolt guns. For 8th, which adjusts the way rapid fire.
I was just going to say, is it rapid fire rules? Just a guess.
It's rapid fire bolt weapons. Yeah, it's rapid fire rules. If you haven't moved, you can shoot twice. If it's within half the distance, you can shoot twice.
I used to have Overwatch in.
Or if you're a Terminator.
Was that first edition? Was that Rogue Trader? I can't remember if it's that or second edition. You used to have Overwatch.
It's literally the second. It's the second edition rules. It's great. It works. It sounds great. But
I was thinking of Overwatch. Yeah, you used to have. You ever play Space Hulk with Overwatch?
Yeah.
You had it. I'm sure it was in Rogue Trader. I remember playing it when I was a 13-year-old lad, and you could set your unit up with Overwatch, you put a little token by it. And
we used to do it in. I think I've done that in Space Hulk. That's when I played it. Yeah, because you'd have your command dice and you set to Overwatch, and you stick the assault cannon Terminator down the longest corridor you could find, and just be like. And then the Gene Stealers come out from the side and eat you anyway. And you go, oh great! It's cost me 2 points of action to turn, and now I'm dead. I play Space Hulk. Do you ever play Space Hulk on the iPad? They brought it out a little while ago.
I think it's one of those I downloaded and played for about 2 minutes. Think I'll go back to that.
I've never seen dice roll so many jams. Every time I tried to shoot a Terminator, it was like jam. Well, this is rubbish, isn't it? I couldn't get past the second mission because it's just jam. It wasn't like I can't play this. But anyway, that's a completely different subject. More to do with the fact I can't play games. I'm terrible. Yeah, there you go, Mike.
Yeah, he's probably not interested anymore. He
asked the question so long ago. 8 weeks ago. Do you want to read out Chase's email
from Chase. So, hello fellas, love the podcast, makes my commute to work not shitty. Also, thanks to you for the bearers. So Chase is the guy who did the word bearers for just before Christmas, and the flyers, which I've forgotten the name again already, that we were talking about earlier in the show. Hellblades, yes. So they're ready to go off tomorrow. Right, let's actually read the body of the. Also, Tom, thanks for help on my list. You've been helping him with Ultra's list, have you? Sorry, Americans.
I don't remember doing it, but that's okay.
You just copy and pasted the list.
I just sent him.
That Ryan Kimmel wrote for you all those years ago.
No, I just sent him the stuff Tom sends me. Actually, no, I did send him the stuff Tom sends me. I sent him. I'm not allowed to repost what he sends me.
I can imagine.
No, you don't want to imagine. Yes, if I helped, you're welcome.
So we've got a few questions. So I'm going to my first con in March, finally able to make it to Adepticon. I need some advice. Seems like an alcohol situation is pretty relaxed as long as they're not blacked out. Night flying, as my grandpappy used to say.
Night flying, I like that. I've done a lot of that.
So I play to drink a specific plan to drink a specific alcohol during each event for a specific legion. So what alcohol would you associate with word bearers? Communal wine.
Piss wine.
It's going to be communal wine.
Communal blood wine.
Yeah,
with things in it.
It's plain serrated sun. Yeah, communal wine.
Or just something really, really rough. There's something that's going to make you feel like you've got a demon inside you. You know, like the sort of stuff that tramp juice. It's like, it's got to be high strength, low taste. What was that?
Not that beer I've made before Christmas.
Oh, you should send him that beer you made before Christmas. That's tram juice.
I don't think it'd be allowed.
That would make you feel like a demon's inside you.
I don't think it'd make it through customs.
I know it's bad when you didn't want to drink it.
Yeah, I'm still not. Have you
still got it?
Probably about 30 points worth, and I just can't.
Should we do
bring
shots?
myself to do
We'll have to do some shots. We'll save it for Tarsus and we'll make people do shots of it.
We might actually have to take people over in an ambulance.
It's probably better than the drinks Chip makes.
I don't know. I've made beer before and it's been drinkable. This just anyway. What about Blood Angels?
Lambrini without a date.
Cheap box wine.
Lambrini. All Blood Angels players drink Lambrini.
So for the US peeps, that's basically the English version of cheap box wine.
No, it's Perry cider, sparkling cider. It's pear cider.
Lambrini.
Yeah, it's Perry.
Is it? I thought it was wine.
No, it's not. It's pear cider. It's horrendous.
Emma's nodding away over there.
Many a night on Lambrini.
You see the drinking companions you're associating with.
Yeah, solid drinking. I've drunk a lot of Lambrini in my time. It's great. Lambrini.
Emma, this is what Tom used to drink at university.
Lambrini boys just want to forget where their friends are.
He's not doing university properly. That's not what men drink at university, Tom.
I'm not a real man. We've established this a long time ago. I was quite happy getting. What was it? I was quite happy night flying on Lambrini.
Strong though, didn't you? You made out with something strong, didn't you?
Oh, we drink Lambrini and then just drink Jaeger bombs in the nightclub. So it was a hell of a mix. It was a wild ride.
So then bringing EC, Third Company Elite, Salamanders, and Death Guard for pickup games. So Emperor's Children.
Absinthe.
Something really expensive.
It's got to be absinthe. Not like the cheap absinthe.
Yeah.
I mean, the sort of thing you use a spoon and sugar for in Amsterdam.
Yeah. Depends what era. I think they would have been champagne, real expensive, French style wines.
Now it's
and then it went down the absinthe.
He said Third Company Elite, which is the cacophony.
Yeah,
so yeah, some or something like White Lightning that's going to make you want to scream at a wall.
Salamanders, Sambuca.
What would you go? I do like a bit of rosé Sambuca though. Pink Sambuca.
I don't know if I've tried that.
It's not nice, but it's quite more.
It's been quite a while since I drank Sambuca in a club. Might be getting on for double-digit years.
We went. The thing is, it's like 12 months for me. We went to make stag do. It was about 12 months ago because he got married in March. It was like end of January, February time. We went out, and we've been out all day. Went to Warwick Castle, played knights. They gave me a steel sword. It was blunted, but they let me swing it at people's heads. I almost killed a friend. I literally swung it, and it was a staged combat. He didn't put his sword up where he was meant to block it. I swung quite hard. I must have missed his head by an inch, and I genuinely felt like I was going to kill him. If I'd have hit him, I'd have killed him. I was like, that's a good stag do memory. Almost killed him. So we did that. We fired catapults at people and stuff. That was good fun. And then we came back, and we had a proper English curry, which meant somebody was asleep with their head in the poppadoms, which was good. But yeah, we went to the Two Pigs basically in the end, because where else would we go? And all we did was drink shots in there for about 3 hours, just rounds and rounds of shots, and Sambuca and tequila. And I probably haven't drunk shots in the same amount of time as you, double-digit years. Holy shit! I felt awful the next day.
I can imagine.
That was horrendous. I genuinely felt like somebody had taken a turd in my mind. It was awful.
I like to drink, and I like to drink a lot, but that kind of let's drink
shot after shot after shot. I mean, we were on the dock. You know, when you get drunk and you're really drunk, and people just keep putting drinks in your hand, and you don't realise the length of time between drinks. It was like that, but at one point I had 4 shots in my hand because we were just drinking them. And it was horrendous. It was brilliant. It was horrendous.
Not again. I was 41 2 weeks ago. And it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, I did sleep naked on my bathroom floor that night. That was a good night. Anyway,
right, then let's finish this poor
card.
email. Death card. Lemsip. It's not going to cut it, is it?
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub. Lemsip.
Do you know what?
Probably some
professional story. Put Vicks Vapor Rub on the stones of a sauna, the hot stones in a sauna. You will evacuate a massive hotel and cause a fire. Why would you put Vicks Vapor Rub on a hot sauna?
Someone did.
Someone did. Yes, I know. I had to go up there and deal with the aftermath of the fire.
Oh,
yeah. Somebody put Vicks. Who thought?
Because someone found out about it and then said it on a podcast.
This gloopy thing, which on the back, if you look, has 8 different oils in it, that go really well on a really hot coal.
I imagine it was an accident. Someone had a bit of a cold, had some Vicks Vapor Rub, and then some fell on them. Surely,
no, he put it on there.
Maybe he thought, if feeling a bit ill, let's put it on there. It'll clear it like a
apparently, I don't know what the idea was. Something that's flammable, put it near heart. That's great. That'll be fine.
I wouldn't have known it's flammable. I wouldn't have thought about it. I wouldn't read the back of Vicks Vapor. I think I rub this on my nose. I wouldn't expect it to catch fire.
Just don't stick your nose by a fire.
Smokers beware. If you've got a cold,
don't put Vicks and have a flag.
Yeah. Anyway,
Death Guard. Yeah, Lemsip. Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, Chase. Sorry, that was a terrible reading of a email.
Yeah, sorry. It was a very nice email because he did say thank you for lots of nice things that we've done for him. But what did you expect?
We just trashed that completely.
Should we trash the next thing?
Yes, our alternative armies competition.
So for those of you who can't remember the 9 months ago when we launched this, well, it was after our alternative army section in the middle of last year. We ran a competition in a group to basically just spark imagination, spark a joy. Have you been watching Marie Kondo's Tidying Up?
No.
Go and watch it. Spark your joy. I'm obsessed by it.
I was on the radio. They talked about it.
I spent a day folding and tidying my pants and socks, and I've never been happier.
There's a lot of better things on Netflix.
No, there's not. That's the best thing in the world. I'm so happy. This crazy tiny Asian lady tidying stuff up.
I've been blasting through season 3 of The Last Kingdom. I think I'll stick to that rather than...
That's quite good. No, Marie Kondo, tiny Asian tidying lady. It's brilliant. Oh, so obsessed. But anyway. Alternative Armies competition. Yeah, so we basically wanted to get people's ideas flowing about different types of armies, following on basically from what we did with the Alternative Army section. And we finally got round to actually
we set up, for those that aren't in it, we set up a little group. I think about 100 people joined the group, and they kind of posted the process, didn't they? Put fluff in their pictures and kind of set out their ideas. And then we just, the competition was, you didn't have to build your whole army. You could, if you wanted to, you could just be a concept. You write a bit of fluff, do a test model, etc. Or you could go whole hog and do the whole thing. And quite a few people went whole hog and did the whole thing as well. Some really nice stuff in there. I think there were 28 entries, I think I counted in the end. I think it was 28 entries. So I did a little survey in that closed group. So if you're only in the main group, you wouldn't have seen it. But I did a little survey and got everyone to vote for their favourites, really. We had 3 sets of prizes. Can you even remember what we're giving away? I think it's some templates and dice.
Templates, dice. It was basically a collection of all the swag from the events last year. Both
some bit of a random googly bag, but
yeah. Sorry, toffee pennies are really bad for radio.
So I'll take over. So
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to announce the top 5, and then you can do the winners.
This is in no order. We're not going to tell you who got the most, because it's literally 1 or 2 votes in it, and it's not about who's the winner. It's just about awarding some people who did very well in prizes.
No particular order. Then the 5 most voted for armies, I think, instead of top 5, the 5 most voted for armies were so we had Callum and his militia. Then we had Ollie Thomas with his militia. We then had Craig Biddulph with his mech. And we had Jamie Cox with his Byzantine Janissaries. Militia. And Robbing's monstrous Dreadnought list, Alpha Legion Dreadnought list.
Yeah.
So they were our top 5, and there was, five votes between the top 5? There really wasn't a lot in it between them all.
Not at all.
But your top 3 who we're going to collect prizes are?
In no particular order again. So Jamie Cox with the Byzantine Janissaries, Oliver Thomas with the Owlsler Militia, and Robert Ing for his Alpha Legion Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, because we had to reward another hobby celebrity, because we've got to keep this hobby celebrity circle jerk going. Drop us a message, guys, and we will sort out getting this stuff dispatched to you.
Yes.
If Stu can find it.
I think Oliver's fairly local, isn't he? So we can.
He's around and about. Yeah, he's around and about. If he's town club, we might be able to sort out dropping to him, but we'll stick it in the post if not.
Yeah, we can sort it out. So I will post that up in the other group as well, so they may see that before.
But if you're interested in the Alternative Army stuff, the group is still up. The group is still going. There are people sort of plugging along.
Yeah, I was going to archive it, but people are still using it.
Yeah,
so I'll wait. If no one's
group.
posted in it for 6 months or something, then we'll archive it. At the moment, it's not causing any issue to leave open.
People are just bubbling along, posting their new pictures of stuff. It's quite a nice little group. So it'd be good to get in there and just use that as well. So cool. I think we're going to go for our next commercial break.
Has your performance been letting you down recently? Have your bombs been jettisoned before your mission was complete? Do you find yourself accidentally rolling too early? Has your bag dropped its load before the game? Then Grayed Out Productions have the answer. Michael's handcrafted dice bags are a must-have for any tabletop gamer prone to spilling their pearlescent gaming A's before they're ready. Why not check out Grayed Out Dice Bags on Facebook, at their website at www.gradeoutproductions.com, or find them on Etsy. Grayed Out Productions are the only place where you can get the official Geno52 podcast dice bag, and Geno listeners can get 10% discount by entering Geno52, all in words, at the checkout in the Etsy store. Get control of your load today.
So let's talk Horus Heresy then, because we haven't been talking about it at all.
We did a little bit.
It's been
when prompted by others.
Yeah, when prompted by others, and I haven't got distracted. There's been some stuff happening.
There's been some releases.
Actually got models.
Well,
should we start chronologically? I don't even know if it is chronologically, to be perfectly honest. But the first one on the list is the New Year's Open Day.
Yeah. Well, is there anything... We haven't covered any of this stuff since we've last recorded. So
no.
Technically, there was the Blood Angels stuff that was out in December.
Blood Angels, Praetors, the Vigilators and the Praevians come out as well. So we have lots of new consoles, Legion-specific models.
I would say all good. or shows what we might have for other legions coming up. That kind of kind of repertoire.
Well, that's been reinforced with the releases today as well, which we'll cover in a minute. But the Leviathan. I'm not a massive fan of Legion. If you could have offered me Legion specific models, I don't think the Leviathan is the one I'd go for. I understand it as a business thing because lots of Leviathan's a big popular seller. Make Legion specific ones sell more. Great, cool. It's not the model maybe I'd have gone for, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, just
I
personal
quite
choice.
like a lot of the standard models. I quite like that standard.
I don't know if there's.
aesthetic.
I'm interested to see, and I'm hoping to be proved wrong, how much difference there's going to be between these Leviathans over 18 legions. If you know what I mean. The shape of the Leviathan is fairly boxy. There's not a lot of room for flair and changing it. Are we going to see? You know, I wonder if they're going to make. You know, are they going to struggle to make some differentials? You know, they probably won't. But you know, that's my thought. Like, the Night Lords one is essentially it's got a different helmet and some bodies slapped to it. It's it's great. It looks amazing, but it's not. You know, when you think back to the Contemptors, you look at that Death Guard Contemptor. It was really flavoursome for it, and then you've got like the Emperor's Children one, which was really flavour. There was a lot of flavour in those Contemptors. But they only did half the legions with those, if that.
Probably because it gets harder and harder to come out with ideas.
And that's what I'm wondering. Are they going to run out of steam? Like the legion-specific Praetors, I think there's a lot more scope for that because you've got a lot more character and you can do stuff with marks of armour and iconography and pose. There's a lot more you can do with the Praetors than maybe you can do with the Leviathan.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think they're
I'm not shitting on it.
They're all great additions. At some point in it's the kind of models though you might see at some point in 5 years' time when they're looking for space. If one of them's not selling, you might see them disappear. So,
but that's been good. The Praevian was it sure the Praevian. The Vigilator that came out. I wasn't too keen on the pictures on the website, but Pete Dunn posted a picture of the bear one, and actually it looks really good in the resin. Same as Harval
Redblade.
Oh, Harval Redblade.
So that was interesting, wasn't it?
That was an interesting. It didn't look great when they put the pictures up. We saw it at New Year's in the resin, and generally the response was the model looks great.
I thought the model was probably going to be fine anyway.
It's really tough with the paint job because I don't want to criticise because it's not my job to paint stuff for display like that. It's really hard, but it was disappointing. I was disappointed in the paint job because it didn't do a good job of selling the model. If that makes sense.
I thought the reaction from the community was a little over the top, and rude. Yeah, but I think the amount of the kind of the size of the reaction showed that there was something that wasn't consistent with what we normally see.
People it was a disappointment. The other thing I think maybe
is it the
played
end of the
into
world?
that.
No, but again, the general feel of the community. But then it's been a bit fractures in the last 12 months anyway.
And the
so
Space Wolves players haven't exactly been blessed with a great stream of response. And actually, when you put that up against what we saw with the Alpha Legion Praetors and the Blood Angels Praetors, painted lovely, really nice models, and then you get a disappointing release. I'm not going to say bad because it wasn't bad. It was disappointing compared to those.
Yeah,
you can see why Space Wolves, after the problems they've had with their model line.
Yeah,
taking that harder, maybe.
I have a theory.
Yeah,
and I have a theory that maybe that wasn't supposed to be. Was that Christmas Day?
Yeah, it was the one. It was around Christmas, and they popped up with.
I might be way off.
Guess
here.
What this is? Yeah,
there's two reasons for the painting looking the way it is, and they might be linked as well.
Yeah.
I'd say the painter wasn't given very much time.
Yeah.
So that it could have been one of the top painters that's literally said, "You've got 2 hours. We need something
Smash
done."
It out,
or it could have been, we know Giuseppe's left.
Yeah.
It could have been they haven't. I don't think they've replaced him yet.
I
People more in touch
it,
may have been that's given to someone else that doesn't normally do that kind of painting, and they needed to get
an
it
out. An army painter. That's
but I'm convinced that it was done in a short period of time and to reach a deadline.
Yeah.
Which brings on to the other thing. It felt a bit of an odd reveal, like an anticlimax reveal. Forget the paint job, or whether the model's any good or not.
When we've seen Primarchs at Christmas, it was a bit.
Yeah.
It felt
I think
like
the Blood Angel stuff any of those would have been a better Christmas.
The Leviathan.
Day. Yeah.
because that was the first time we'd seen a Legion.
We weren't expecting all those Blood Angels dropped in one go. So I've got a feeling, and it's just a guess, I really don't know anything, and I might be way off.
There might have been another plan.
I wonder if there was something else that's not ready.
Yeah.
That was going to be it, and I thought it was just not ready. It's not going to be done in time. I was like, quick, well, this is finished. Yeah. Quick, paint it, and we'll do this as the reveal. Because it kind of happened like 5 days before Christmas.
Kind of out of the blue.
Suddenly there was this is going to be done. I just wonder if that was a bit of a plan B thing.
Yeah.
And that maybe led to the paint job being rushed as well.
Yeah.
And then you add in being a third of your painters down. You've only got 3, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've got 2 now. So a third of your painting force goes. If anyone, no matter what your workforce is, you lose a third of it.
That's
going to really, really hurt.
And I mean, I think that was reflected with the Blood Bowl miniatures as well.
Well, one of the Blood that came after. So yeah, one was
excellent,
absolutely excellent. And the other one was not like it wasn't as
didn't
basic.
Feel like
as
it'd been given enough time again.
But it looked like it could have a few more hours into it would have made a lot of difference. And I just think they're really, 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 really struggling to paint the deadlines. It's really, really hard to get to deliver quality at a really fast rate. So,
well, actually, I think you can have things, the cheap, fast, and good, and you can have 2 out of 3.
It's about getting your bag.
You don't want to come to work with me, mate. Trust me. It's really not that interesting.
I wouldn't want to criticise the paint job because I think there's a reason for it being like that.
It's not a criticism on the painter, but I think it was a disappointing release, and maybe that was compounded by the history of the Space Wolves. Like, if they'd have maybe rushed a Blood Angels model, there might not have been the same scale of reaction. I think there's Space Wolf players are maybe a bit. I'm trying to think of the right phrase. I want to say tired, a bit prone because they've had such a rough time with stuff.
Yeah.
They're disappointed already, so they're more vocal because it's another disappointment as opposed to, we've had a brilliant line. Oh, you've made a bit of a hash of that one. It's like, it's another shit Space Wolf release.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the follow up to that, from my point of view, would be, I know they like to have a painted model as a picture.
Just put it in the resin.
Just resin shows up the detail really well.
Yeah.
Really, really well. You see it with the heads and stuff. When they do accessories and heads, they're all unpainted, aren't they? The pictures.
And people
it shows the model fine. I don't think anyone, or maybe someone would have.
Somebody would have moaned no matter what.
It wouldn't have occurred to me to say, why isn't that painted? If they just showed it as a professionally picture.
Well, you look at the fact that when the pictures from the New Year's Day open day came out, and they were just like people like Garrow and stuff who'd just taken snaps of it on their phone.
Yeah,
everyone instantly went, "Yeah, that's great," and that wasn't even a well constructed picture. That was just a snap through a cabinet, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we can tell that. Yeah, we can see that's great." They could have put a nice studio picture up of the resin, and people, even one of those 360s they do, and everyone would be like, "Yeah, that's great."
But the motivation from at the beginning of it all was, let's get something out to the community to give them something, and then we just give them loads of shit back, regardless of we're ungrateful bastards that we are. Sometimes
I think it's fair. I think it's fair to express that we were disappointed with it, but it's the tone and the matter about how that's gone about. Like I've referred to,
like it was the end of the world.
Yeah, we don't need whirling neckbeards screaming. Actually, you can phrase your you don't need to screech at somebody on the internet to express your disappointment. You can express disappointment in a civilized manner and say, actually, Forge World, that doesn't look very good. I'm really pleased you've released something, and thank you. It's great to see you still doing more with the Heresy, but I don't like that paint job.
What's the impact that it's had on these angry Heresy players' lives 3 weeks on? Nothing, because no one's talking about it anymore, and there's new stuff up today that is been pretty positive. I've not delved into the comments too much.
I know there's a few comments in other groups around, I don't like that, and getting a bit salty. But that's the nature of the internet.
People are allowed to not like stuff, and it's just about
the nature of the internet. But generally the reaction has been far more positive. But and then big news with Golden Demon.
It wasn't so much. We talked about the Golden Demon last time, didn't we?
Was that out last time? I can't believe it.
I think in the last show, and I haven't got the copy of one here now, but I think in the last show I said for the open days, because they've not got the mini demons anymore, I do that kind of open please. If anyone's listening from the Warhammer World Events team, please make sure that when you do a painting comp that you actually put some rules out and out guidelines, and they did, and I saved a copy, and I don't know where it is.
Anyway.
But there was for the New Year Open Day, there was a proper 2-pager with categories,
and what you're aiming for,
and rules. So it was very similar to the kind of stuff you used to see for Demon, but just slimmed down.
Hopefully that's going to be fairly standard across most of the competitions now, so
and there were trophies as well. So I didn't see all of. And there was a guy called Lewis Collins, I think there was a Middle Earth model. I think he won I know he's a Golden Demon winner.
Yeah.
I think he's won something at the 40k Visualist one, and I think he's won before.
Yeah.
So I think he won it and took 2 or 3 categories.
Yeah.
But they were proper glass trophies, a bit like the ones we had at Tarsus, actually.
Yeah, there's been some nice ones.
But
at
there was
Tarsus.
they were. I bet they spelt it right though.
Well, I knew he was going to be referred to as the Onion Point now.
But yeah, it looked like obviously it was nothing to do with what I said.
Yeah.
But for painters out there, we were thinking about the smaller open day painting competitions.
Yeah.
It does look like that. It doesn't look like you're getting 6 months' notice. But saying that, we haven't had a 2019 Golden Demon category yet.
But then if that rule set they put out for the last one is going to be fairly standard,
yeah.
you should be able to say, well, there's probably going to be a squad category. There's going to be a
I can't remember what the categories were, but it was easy enough to follow. There are categories. I don't think the field is going to be as large, but all you need is one or two Golden Demon winning level painters there anyway. They're probably going to clear up. But I think there's a good chance. I don't know whether there was any kind of pin type thing. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't following it too closely.
But it looks like they are reputable enough, organised enough painting competitions that it's worth having a crack at if you're going.
Yeah, I think if I knew I was going to go to one, I'd paint something out for it. Have a look at it.
If I had the time, I definitely. If it coincides right this year, I will take something either I've already have painted or paint something up for it.
Yeah,
it's all about when we get the dates for these open days and how long we've got. It's about the time scale. Yeah. Like I just said, keep going back on the Golden Demon website. There's no 2019 categories yet.
We are only 21 days into it.
I know,
give them a chance.
But for painters and you want to do multiple categories, May isn't that very far away.
You only need a couple of weeks.
The only reason I'm thinking it might, you can look at last year's categories, but I wonder whether we'll see some more categories now that these smaller ones gone.
I think you'll see all the same categories. Maybe more. I think
additionals.
I think if you knew you were going to stick, you might see. Did they have like a Middle Earth diorama or Middle Earth jewel?
I'm not sure. I think that would just go as jewel.
Yeah, you might see some more specific ones. Like you might see a Middle Earth jewel, a 40k jewel, and an AOS jewel. To bulk out the
potentially, I think you're more likely to see something. You might get rather than just 40k squad. You might get Necromunda squad.
Blood Bowl.
You might get Middle Earth Battle Company, which is basically squad.
Titanicus.
You might get Titanicus. You might get
you might get a specialist games category.
Some of those, yeah. So, but it'd be nice to know.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they'll release.
Well, they seem to listen to us. We've been banging on about this for a while.
I don't think they Golden Demon.
No, they don't listen to us at all. Armigers. Onion. Fucking onions. Night onions and night dominoes.
Yeah.
Dominoes. We actually got the night rules.
We did.
And they're really cool. The armigers are really cool.
They both look quite good.
Well, the fact that you can
harpoon looks quite good. In fact, I've seen a couple of pictures of people building them with harpoons already.
Double harpoons, as Collister realised. If you take double harpoons, you could probably kill a Primarch in one go with one. They're horrendous.
I'm not a huge fan of that model.
I'm not a massive fan of it.
Put me off getting it.
But I would do the armigers, and the fact that I can take him as a 0-1 heavy support choice in the mech.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
I do like the armigers myself.
They are basically mechanic contemptors now. And have you seen the auto cannons? Strength 8, Strength 7 AP3.
I read it.
Strength 8 AP3. Strength 7 AP3. Strength 7 AP3 ignores cover as well. Fuck your core mortars.
Wow. What's the fire rate? Is that heavy?
Heavy 2. 2 of them on there. 4 shots. No armor save. No cover save. Fuck your core mortars.
That's good, isn't it?
And they get the flat out. They run 12 instantly and stuff. They should be fast as fuck and really cool.
That's good.
They're great.
I like that.
I love them.
Because it means that you can see things like quad mortars in the game and you got a counter to them.
Yeah.
You want is a meta where people think if I'm going to a 5-game event, I can take this, but if I come up against that, I'm going to lose. So,
I can take that on, and
so you can either go for a skew list or you try and take something little bit of everything. You can do it. So I like that.
I think the armigers are going to be really good. I got to admit, when the rules came out, I was like, they're non-compulsory troops. I was like, that's a bit rubbish. They've been great troops, and I thought, actually, no, I can see what the problem is there.
Spam.
Because I take a Porphyron,
and
one cheap armiger for 175 points, and I've got Allied Night House, and then I get access to the nightly ranks. So my Porphyron then has got a 4-up invulnerable save. It doesn't need any help, does it? It would be a cheap way of cheesing out knights, and actually, because I was like, no, you want troops, and then the theory with taking them as troops is if you took a full knight household, you wouldn't. You could replace the knights with armigers, so you've got less big knights on the table.
How about? What if they only had that, so they counted as non-compulsory troops as allies, but troops in...
Yeah, so this is what I was going to look at. I was going to say, I was thinking about a house rule, and this is literally like just going around in my brain. If you want, armigers could be taken as compulsory troops only where the primary detachment is an Questoris Knights list. They are not allowed, and there are no allied detachments. You must take a minimum of 2 armigers per troop slot, so you have to have 4 armigers minimum, and then so the unit size in a Questoris Knights list becomes the unit starts at 2, and then you can add a third. So you've got a 4, so you're already at 175 points each. You're sort of 600 points in on troops already, so which is quite heavy. That then you've got your knight household as well, and I don't know. Somebody will probably write in and go, "Oh my god, that's so broken because you've done this." But that's just roughly where I was with my head. Because the idea being, because they're AV13, they become the problem with knights is they can be unplayable for some armies because people will just go, "I haven't got anything in my army that can touch us." If you've got armigers, you've got something to compete against. They're a contemptor, so. So I was looking at that to maybe try and balance out. But yeah, my initial thoughts was, they've dropped the ball there. And I thought, actually, no, hang on. The cheese brain came in. I went, yeah, but I could just take 1 troop for 175 points and take all my knights then. Super cheap allied detachments. Like, oh yeah, I can see why. I can see why they've done that there. It's almost like they know what they're doing, Yeah, they were really good. Dominus looks. Some of the guns I was discussing with Brendan, and we were like, not sure on some of the. It's not an instant to me. I want that. That's great. They're good. There's interesting stuff in there. They've got Hellstorm Flamer, which is always fucking brilliant.
They seem to have tough bits, but also
they seem nice. No one's screaming that they're broken.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are going, I've got one of those, or I'd like to get one of those.
I wonder if that's going to be a tone for the new Neil and Anuj era, and is it Emma Ez? I always forget.
Emma.
Forget her.
If they can do that throughout, I'd be happy. I'm not after a perfectly honed and balanced system. We all said we just want, okay, that's cool. I like what I like. I can take it. It's going to be okay. Or I might make a bit of a sacrifice to take this, but I'm not completely writing myself out of the game. Like my destroyers and my Moritar are built, and I'm just like, every time I put a list together, I'm just like, fuck me, that's like 6 models, 500 points. It's just like all the time.
So do you think then, with Book 8, do you think the power level is going to be Book 7 with the plan to, rather than nerf Book 7, is the power level going to be Book 8, the Book 7 level?
Yeah.
And then once they've done Book 9,
they'll bring everything up.
Then with a rewrite of a new edition of the red books, give other things a bit of a boost to bring it all up.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to take a wild stab in the dark. It's so, because Custodes.
I have a feeling that
Custodes took a real tone down with the FAQ. I'm hoping they go in at FAQ level.
I don't think it'll be any higher than the FAQ. Yeah. When I say Book 7, I mean FAQ'd Book 7.
I still think Custodes should be one of the tough armies out there. They are supposed to be the elite. My issue has never really been with them being so powerful. My issue's been with the amount that you could take. I mean, I said all the way back, they should be an allied detachment only. That's how they run. And actually, if you read, what did I read? I was listening to the Heralds of the Siege, and there's a short story between Valdor and it's Magisterium, isn't it? It's Valdor and Dawn, and
I've listened to it.
Basically, Valdor's equerry.
Yes,
and they're talking. 1 in 10 of the Custos made it out. 10,000. There are 1,000 Custos at the Siege of Terra, and they are fucked. They've lost so much. The webway cost them everything. And if it gives you context, the Custos are all in the webway.
Yeah,
I know it's a running joke with Brad. Custos, we fight.
Yeah, that's up to us as players to do it. Yeah, again, this game is this is the only game system in all of GW universe that doesn't have 3 ways to play. It's not designed for match play.
Sorry, my point. I just wandered off from my point. My issue's never really been with the power levels of them. The broken rules in there, like the things that didn't work, and some of the stuff at the real top end was over the top. My issue is the amount for me and my immersion in the game. To me, it'd be like me saying, I'm going to make a Siege of Terror Ultramarines army with Gilliman. He wasn't there. It doesn't. I'm not saying you've got to play to the exact rules and the exact, but one of the appeals of Heresy is there is guidance on how you build in things you look at, narrative hooks. But I'm not going to get into the Custodes debate. I'm hoping the Blood Angels and the White Scars are great, and I really, really hope we don't see any more White Scars models just to see how much Pete's going to explode. Poor Pete Rees, he is so salty because there are still no White Scars.
I wonder if they're going to be like the Wolves were. So we'll get the release like with Thousand Suns.
Yeah.
The Blood Angels will fit that.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, right now the Scars, and there'll be a couple of models, and they'll be really shit. They'll have banana
mohawks and no, I think when the Scars are, the Khan's going to look incredible.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get it wrong.
I think it's going to be mega, and I'm hoping it'll be that thing that they've kind of built the hype with the Blood Angels, and we're going to hit the weekend, and it's going to be, you're really excited with the Blood Angels. Here's all the White Scar stuff, and everyone's going to be like, fuck yeah.
I don't know. I've got a feeling that there won't be.
Even if it's just pictures.
So what was shown?
Can you imagine if they showed a picture of the Khan?
That's what I think. It'll be pictures.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's what I mean.
models.
Yeah, sorry, the pictures, not the models.
Because the release on Community today was these are the releases for the Weekender. That's what it said.
But there's going to be other stuff.
There will be other. Well, there was a joke. There's the joke redacted bit, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Book 8. There's Book 8 and Sanguinius. We're still going to see Book 8 and Sanguinius.
As long as it's come back from the printers, you'll see Book 8. As long as it's.
Well, didn't they with Book 7 get like 1,000 shipped in and in a panic on the Weekender?
I'm not sure
because it got stuck on a boat somewhere.
Yeah,
but
so it's on its way back.
I think because they haven't said anything like that, I reckn Book 8
will be alright as long as we haven't
Didn't they show
imprisoned any Huawei executives in this country. I think the Chinese deliveries will get through.
They showed the cover the other day, didn't they, on Community? We had
the cover's been
got a Punisher on the front of it.
Cover's been shown. I would imagine it, but yeah, there was a redacted one other thing. That could be the book, could be a Primarch.
Yeah. Nice to see the Night Lords got a bit of love. They got their Praetors. Which is cool, which is nice to see the reinforcement of we are doing this for all legions, because the Night Lords are they're not in the new hotness at the moment, but a little bit me does say they, in the grand scheme of things, the plan was to have these done because they were going to be in Malevolence originally.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a bonus.
Yeah,
because they're sort of out of schedule because there should have been more Night Lords stuff, but it's great. I'm happy because Night Lords players haven't had anything for how long, forever. So it's really nice that I hope they do intersperse some of the older legions in with the new hotness.
Well, maybe they will. So maybe because they're catching up with the legions now anyway.
Yeah.
And we know they've been working on these Praetors and things for all legions apparently, so maybe we will start to see those. And it just gives
it'd be nice to see like Death Guard and
especially the original 3 books.
People haven't seen people who haven't had a lot yet.
People haven't seen stuff for ages.
Or stuff for a while. It'd be nice to see them get something to get excited.
You know
about.
what we're not going to see on the weekend? Automatic Pervase.
No, we're going to see it. It's going to be in the cabinet again.
Will's going to bring it along.
I'm sure Will hasn't actually made one. He's just made that one piece. He's got no intention of ever putting it on release. He just brings it along.
Takes it out of his pocket.
Basically brings it along to wind Dunk Cormac up just to make him so cross. We also saw the Mega Dildo drill.
We did.
It's a super heavy transport.
Is it?
Yeah.
I suppose it makes sense.
It says in the community fluff, super heavy transport. If it's the same size as the other Ordinators...
60. Would you reckon? 60 dudes in it?
Yeah. And 60 hoplites in that will make people cry. And if it doesn't make them cry, you could probably throw that thing at them and it would go
hopefully it's suitably expensive enough.
It needs to be 300 or 400 points, hopefully. I think 500 or 600 probably. We actually, you know what? I have no idea.
With a mishap that means it gets stuck underground.
Can you? Well, the termites do enough damage when they come up, don't you? You can manage this to it's going to be put the Mega Blast template in the middle of your opponent's army and just everything dies in it. Yep, Mechanicum, we win. There we go.
Roll 6 on the mishap. Found planet core.
Found planet core. Everybody's dead.
Everyone on the planet.
Yeah. The entire event is over. But yeah, so that was cool.
Is that everything?
Yeah, I think that was because
we talked about the Night Lords Leviathan as well.
Yeah, that was cool. We kind of mentioned that earlier, didn't we? Yeah, that's cool. I do like it. Like I said, I wasn't crapping on it earlier. I just
actually we've got about paint jobs.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with its paint job, by the way. But you look at it and the Praetors, clearly different styles and different.
The thing like the flesh, I did look at the flesh on like the body that was hung on it. that looked quite simple. I'm not going to say bad. It was simple.
It was different. So the characters were definitely done to more of a character standard, and the armor's really, really subtle. Some subtle changes in the colours, really, really nice. And the dreads it looks like flatter colour, edge highlight. Yeah. And transfers, you can actually see the outline. I think it's transfer. It looks like you can see the outline where it's not been fully GW don't sell microset.
Yeah, but it's all over the 4-tool store.
Joking. But yeah, nothing wrong with the paint job. I'm not criticising, but you can see
those standards.
It's different and it's been painted by someone different, and it makes me again the short of painters. So maybe they are drawing people in to do other stuff,
or not giving the painters they've got the time they would have had before.
Yeah,
and they things like taking your time to blend your transitions and stuff, that is time-consuming work that's going to start slipping. I mean,
if you've got 4 hours to do this, then you're not gonna airbrush as much as you could, and they're going to do what they're most comfortable with as well. Yeah. So I probably, if I had 4 hours to do it, I wouldn't have gone, I'll go flat colour and edge highlight, because I'd have found it easier to transition with the airbrush and do it differently. But whoever's doing it, you default to what you can do quickly, what you can replicate. So I just noticed it was different. As I say, it's not having a dig at it. I'm sure other people will. We'll leave that to them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break from there then.
Lord Marshal Great, sir. Legion reinforcements now visible on the left flank.
About time. The wolves, I see.
No, sir. Ultramarines, sir.
But they're wearing grey, Proclamator Fennec.
Fox message said new recruits, sir. No time to paint armour.
At least the Raven Guard are in black armour.
Sorry, sir. That's more Ultramarines.
For Emperor's sake, box them and find out why.
Also new armour, sir. Their eye lenses are red and the bolt guns are silver. 3 colours minimum, sir.
What the? Get on the Vox now and tell them to contact Miniature Realm Studio.
Miniature Realm Studio, sir?
Yes, Fennec. Miniature Realm Studio offers a commission painting service, competitive rates, and a range of painting standards to suit most budgets and requirements.
Yes, sir. I suppose they do say that fully painted is for closers.
What does that even mean, Fennec?
I don't know, sir.
Miniature Realm Studio can be found on Facebook, on Twitter at Miniature Realms, on Instagram at Miniature Realm Studio, or just drop Stuart an email at miniaturerealmstudio@gmail.com.
Hello. Hello. We're back again.
We are.
For a closeout.
Yeah.
Yay.
We've just been nattering.
We've been nattering.
We've been quite on it tonight, so we thought we can't finish too early and actually get to bed at a decent time. So we
might actually go home at a reasonable time. So we've just talked about SPG for ages. So anyway, that actually links into something we'll talk about in a minute. But we are doing the usual closeout. We've got our bunch of events to shout out, like we say, post away in our group. But there's one event to shout out. Harry and Callum are back at it again. They are running Folly's Hope, a one-day Horus Heresy narrative with 3 games of 2,250 points. I do like where they get their points values from. It's always good. With an emphasis on fast-moving infantry, because it's Callum. He is trying to do 100.
Well, they did this last time for the...
Yeah,
they did this last time, and it really makes you think about the list.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go in the end, but I was looking at the list going,
what are we going to do? Yeah. Speed painting competition at lunch. That's always a good laugh. Live speed painting competition. I should be good with that. I got a roller brush. With an event miniature included, interactive 3D matchmaking, so a bit of speed dating as well. And I don't know how they do this, but they've got breakfast and lunch included as well, and they're going to do a curry afterwards.
So they get a good deal with balls and swords. Is it this one?
He doesn't actually say where the event is.
He sent me. He sent me a message. Said, "Do you mind shouting this out?" And I was like, "Yep. Tell me what you want to say." And then he said, "I haven't put the ticket price on the date." And I just copy and pasted them in, and I haven't read it until
He hasn't
now.
actually put where. I'm assuming it's boards and swords.
It probably might not be. You'll hear loads about this, no doubt. Anyway,
yeah.
Is there any other events we should have shouted out?
No, we'll give the details.
Oh, I thought you had.
Because Folly's Hope, or Hope's Folly.
Folly.
I think I gave it the wrong name as well. Fuck it.
Hope's Folly.
This is why people don't get us to shout their events out. 20 quid, 11th of May, 2019, 18 players. Tickets available from 28th of Jan. They'll share it in our group. They'll share it all round. I
think it already has been shared
recently,
but no doubt you'll see some more, especially if it's...
So it'd be good.
Is there anyone else we should have shouted out? It's 33 Frontier. Have they announced any more?
Briach is sold out.
Cool. Greetings of the Warp sold out.
Sold out. Everything's sold out.
So it's looking. I think 2019 is going to be
good year for Heresy.
Events selling out, and I think the book's going to be good, lots of new models, and it will definitely start the first quarter will be a lot more positive than last year.
And we'll finish it with the onion ploy, which will be shit. And I'll put everybody off. So, it'll be good. Anyway, we have a new plan for the new year.
We do.
Because we talk about way too many other things on this show, and we've decided we probably need to stop talking about AOS and Necromunda and SPG when we're supposed to be talking about Heresy. So we are going to launch a sporadic show called Geno52 Open Play.
Mm-hmm.
Really creative name.
A sister cast.
A sister cast.
We did have a better name for it, and then I found that someone on YouTube has got exactly the same. I can't even remember what it was now, but it was
like
better.
rolling ones, wasn't it? Re-roll ones?
Something like that.
Something like that, but it was cool. But we're going to be Open Play. It's going to be a sporadic podcast that will come out on our feed. It will be clearly labelled when shows drop.
So if you are a Heresy purist and you don't like it, just delete it when it pops up. And if you're not someone that auto downloads us anyway, just don't download the Open Play ones.
But we're going to probably do a couple over the year, 2, 3, maybe 4, depending on what we're doing. But it's just going to be a place where it'll be a shorter, more sharper cast, less structured than we normally do. Because believe me, there
probably
is
one topic. It will build up to something, won't it? We'll have done something. We were going to do one a couple of weeks back after the AOS event that you didn't get to go to.
And so we're going to start with your SPG tournament that you played in the other
weekend. Yeah.
So we're just so that we've got a place to talk about the other crap we're doing, but without diluting what we're trying to do on the main
show. We know
show.
that some of you are interested. I know from the other game system groups I'm in that some of you are in those groups. We know from the chats we have with other people that some of you are interested in those side things, so some of you aren't. So
instead of
by separating it, the people who want to listen to it can do, and the people that don't. And then what we'll do is we'll try and be quite strict for this show.
Yeah,
and it will be any heresy related, so whether that's novels, whether that's Age of Darkness or Titanicus.
Then like I said, the Open Play one will be a short, sharp. It's still similar focus. It will be us talking about painting and hobbying and making inappropriate jokes about things. So it'll be a fairly similar style. It's not going to we're not going to suddenly start math hammering out AOS and stuff because we're not that good at. We're not good at it at Heresy. We're not good at it.
No, these are second and third and fourth games. We're not probably.
I barely know the rules for Heresy, let alone what everything else I'm playing. So yeah, it's just to let you guys know that if things pop up in your feed that say Open Play, it's just going to be a bit loose and a bit rambly. And the idea isn't that we're not losing love for Heresy. We're not playing Heresy. We're just
these are conversations we were having anyway. We thought it would be fun to record them as well.
Yeah, same reason we started recording the conversations about Heresy. But we thought we'd just give ourselves a place where we can sort of feel free to talk about the other game systems we're as well, without sort of in our mind going, oh shit, I've been ranting on about Necromunda for half an hour and we're supposed to be talking about Heresy, so it just helps us as well, give us a bit of
you're not very likely to see more of these than you would Geno one, especially now because we're launching this, and the chances are we'll do one and then there'll be a big gap.
It could be
because there'll be so much content because of the new releases. There'd probably been more time to do it last year, but then people were worried we were switching away. That's we're definitely not doing.
So just to let you know that's going.
And there will be a couple of minor knock-on things for that. So obviously, we've got a group for Geno. That will stay Heresy.
Yeah.
We'll do a separate group for Open Play. So if people are interested and want to post it. Doesn't mean that the Geno page will be Geno Podcast. We're not going to fill it with other stuff, but it might well be
you might get the odd
show
bit.
announcement. Yeah. And it'll be the same with the Instagram. To be fair, our Instagram followers are all multi-system anyway. They follow for the paint. They don't follow for the... When we release a show in there, you get like 40 likes. When we put painting models...
when you put painting models up.
No, you're all right. But we're talking hundreds of likes.
Well, how many of mine made it into the top 9 this year? I think 2.
Well, that doesn't matter. But the point...
Most like pictures I put up there were generally other people's pictures.
I think most people there that are following are there as painters.
Rather than gamers,
so you might say, see other systems make it way
again.
Into that.
It's not going to be flooded full of stuff. But I might put my finished Necromunda gang up when I'm up there and stuff.
There won't be loads of stuff, but you might find a couple of other things. But it won't really change.
And if you guys hate it,
just don't listen to it.
Feel free to stop listening to your free content.
Yeah, don't listen to it. That's the thing. Don't be worried about it taking over.
There's no reduction in Heresy. It's just giving us an outlet for the other things we want to talk about as well. So, cool. I think we're done for the night.
I think we are.
Fuck me, it's before 10 o'clock and I might get home.
Yep. You're not going to get home before 10 o'clock.
No, we're going to spend another hour talking anyway after this stop recording. So let's go and close out. Goodbye.